Hello, my beautiful angels, starseeds, and dreamers. Welcome back. My name is Violeta. This is a timeless oracle reading for you. Yes, you. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. All signs welcome. So, I was feeling oracles, okay? Lately, it's been less tarot and more oracles, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to use tarot. It just means that some videos are going to be more oracle based. That makes sense. So, let's see the starseed oracle, because why not? And because you are a starseed, my beautiful starseeds. If you don't resonate with a starseed, that's fine. But if you do, this is for you. So, I feel your energy, stabilizing, grounded, peaceful, balanced, a little bit restless, like maybe a little bit bored, like nothing much is happening, or you want something to happen or change, but this is a transitionary period. So you're supposed to be a little not stagnant but slow, resting. You know, if transitions were crazy, you would tire yourself out by the process, because the main phases are crazy, bad or good or whatever, you know. The transitionary periods are slower because they allow you time to rest. And so enjoy your rest right now, Spirit says, because after that, you're not going to have much time or energy to, you know, enjoy your rest. So enjoy it now. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's going to be in a good way. So anyway, let's see the star seeds. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. You know what's fated for you. You're an incredibly intuitive being. You know what's fated for you. You also know what's destined for you. It's almost like you see what's for you and what you can pull for yourself. You see what fate gives you, presents to you, and you also see that you can use your free will to say, my cat is doing something strange. Hold on. She stopped. Anyway, so you see what fate gives you, and you can use your free will to say, no, that's not for me, not in this lifetime, maybe the next one, or maybe last lifetime it was fine, but now it's not. I've evolved past that, so it was meant to be in my life, but it's not meant to stay in my life, right? Because you develop your destiny as you go along. Fate is what happens to you, and destiny is you're an active participant in your life, right? And so your destiny is your higher self, all of the potential you have in you to be everything you ever wanted to be and everything you can be, right? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful energy. And so you weave your destiny while fate just happens. Fate is what is given to you, and destiny is what you develop out of that, right? That's at least how I understand it. Let me know how you do. And so I remember, the thing is, we all have a soul plan that we were born with, that was just inevitable to happen in this lifetime. And you're remembering the soul plan, you're remembering the big picture, not just the small parts. And I'm hearing in our lives, there are several spots, moments in your life where the plan can get activated. So for example, I can tell you maybe 10 years ago, it could have been activated, what I've been going through recently. But I wasn't ready yet. I wasn't ready then. I didn't understand then. And so it was stalled, which is fine. You know, it's not a big deal. It's going to happen eventually, but you have to be ready. Your soul has to be ready. And so last year I was ready. And and it started. And then once it starts, it's like a snowball effect, you know, a little bit and then more and more and more, and it just goes into the orbit, you know. And so now you're remembering the soul plan because you've activated it, and because you're really advanced on the path, right? I'm not saying the whole plan has come to fruition, but a big part of it has. The activating, the healing, the ascending. You're going to continue to have cycles of ascension, of development, of healing, of abundance, I'm hearing. Those are cycles of purge and receive, purge and receive, purge and receive. Because when you purge a lot of stuff, you can replace it with new stuff, right? And so you're purging the old and receiving the new. Purging the old and receiving the new. You remember the plan. Your soul remembers the plan, and you're going with it, full on with it. Oh, I love it. And you're enjoying the journey. You're enjoying the ride. It's like it's no longer so scary or so like, you know what I mean? It's no longer, oh my God, what's happening? It's, I know what's happening. I'm enjoying it. Let's go. You know, that kind of thing, that kind of energy, confused at the start and scared. Now it's perfectly comfortable with the journey, and you're just going with the flow. And I love this for you. You're perfectly understanding what needs to happen, why it's happening, and you're happy to go with it, even when it feels bad, I'm hearing. This kind of snuck up on me. This is going to sneak up on you. Big picture thinking, visionary, inspired ideas. This is going to sneak up on you. You're going to have some kind of visionary, innovative idea. Maybe something creative, something in your life path, in your career, in your hobbies. Something that's just yours. This idea is going to sneak up on you, and you're not going to expect it, because you've had all kinds of ideas, but sometimes not that you ignore them, but you put them off because you're so busy with other things. But this is going to sneak up on you, hoping that you're not going to notice and you're just going to go with it. You know, Spirit sometimes sneaks things in because it knows you have a big resistance threshold. This is so interesting. Spirit knows that your resistance is automatic. You're like, something happens, you're like, oh, stop, have to think about this. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine to have. You're human. You have your defense mechanisms and your shields and stuff. And of course you have to think about things, you know, accept things. That's fine. That's a fine process for you to have. But sometimes when you're a little bit surprised or distracted or something else like that, you can just go with the flow better. Like if you're tired or, you know, that kind of thing, you go with the flow more easily without so much resistance. And I'm hearing right now your resistance is a little bit less than usual because you're resting. And so Spirit might, this is a straight up channel, like I did not expect this. Spirit might use this moment to sneak something in, like a present or a gift or some kind of idea that you're gonna think it's something tiny and small and inconsequential, but it's gonna be big and huge and it's gonna change everything. Oh, I'm so excited for you. 9/11 is significant because I've been seeing it a lot. It signifies the spiritual awakening journey and the phases that we go through. Deep cellular healing, exactly. You're going through this process of physical and emotional healing. Physically, emotionally, you are transforming. There are physical symptoms like being too tired, yawning a lot, sleeping a lot, your skin breaking up, something with the throat, physical symptoms that are not serious enough to go to the doctor, but they signify how you've been purging all of these emotions and these old programs and traumas, and that goes through the body as well. You don't understand how connected your emotional body is with your physical body. So your physical body experiences all that because it's almost like the exorcism. You exorcise stuff from your body and your body feels it. It reacts to it. And so when you experience some kind of strange physical symptoms, obviously go to the doctor if you're worried. But if you do and it doesn't feel like it's an illness or something like that, then it's probably because you're purging a lot. Earth school, exactly, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. You're going through, you're learning right now. You're in the very thick of learning right now, 11/11, as I'm saying this. You're in the thick of learning right now. You're learning lessons, you're applying them, you're reapplying them. You keep just going, and you're so you're so focused on learning and applying and mastering these lessons that you're I'm hearing advancing very quickly. You're advancing very quickly. And so that's why some of your gifts are developing. Maybe you're psychic, or you have some kind of a sight or an extra sense, or you can tell what's going to happen in the future, or you have premonitions in your dreams or something like that. It's because when you clear out your chakras, that also starts, when you clear out the lower ones, you go to the upper, and those are the third eye and the crown on top. And when you start clearing them, everyone has a connection to the divine. And so when you start clearing them, when they're clear, free of trauma, free of blockages, you are free to receive as well as send. Does that make sense? So basically you're receiving messages from the divine. And so yeah, you're in this really intense period of Earth School. And I'm gonna grab another oracle. Earth School, you're really in the thick of learning. This is some kind of deep spiritual process that you need to go through in order to graduate and be your full higher self, basically. And you're doing great so far. You're amazing. Flexibility, you've shown great flexibility. You're flexible, you go with the flow. Whatever comes to you, you don't panic, you just go with it. And this is getting easier and easier to do because the flow is magnificent and it's beautiful, and it doesn't mean us harm. Even if something bad happens, it's for our good. And you're starting to realize that. And remember that for the next time it feels bad. Rest. You're resting. You're in your resting period where all of those purples and blues are telling me that you're in your crown, in your top chakras. It's like you're accessing knowledge that you didn't have before, and you're accessing more and more of it. The more you purge, the more space you free for the knowledge, for the wisdom, for the gifts. Woo! Not just outside, inside gifts as well as outside gifts, right? Because as human beings, we're used to focusing on the outer, like the money, the house, the kids, the dogs, the outer around us. But when we focus on inner work, inner peace, inner strength, inner growth, etc., inner healing, when we focus on that, we realize that that's like with the chicken and the egg. What makes you happy? You being happy and attracting happy things, or attracting happy things and being happy and attracting more of it? You know what I mean? And in this case, the inner comes first, because that's what attracts more, you know, and that's what attracts the blessings. Even though Spirit's reminding me about rich people who are unhappy for some reason. They've attracted all these good things, but they're empty to them. They don't feel soulful. They don't feel fulfilled because they're attracting things that are empty, because they see themselves as empty. And so what's inside of you, it's not about the things you get or the happiness. It's about the feeling. Spirit just reminding you that you're not supposed to see the blessings as physical things, the money, the house, the car, the perfect partner. Those are not the blessings themselves. The blessings are the feelings that they bring you. So being loved, being cherished, being appreciated, being valued, those are the true blessings that you can develop within yourself and in all areas of your life. And then the poorest person can be the happiest person in the world if they've developed them. And of course, then outer things will follow. But you're in the precious transition between not having these physical things and having them, because you have the inner things, you have the emotional things, you have the fulfillment, the inner fulfillment, and you feel a little bit awkward because how can I be so happy when I don't have the things I wanted? And you know they're coming. And it's a little bit awkward because you know they're coming, and when you mention it to someone, they're like, yeah, right. But you know they're coming because you're in the transition. And the transition is so awkward because you don't see the proof, but you feel the proof. Get it? And so this is where you are between establishing those things for yourself, having the feelings established, and actually getting the things that corresponds to what's within. So next step is to get the outer to reflect your inner. That's the next step. Blind. Yeah, you were blind for a long time to your soul plan. You were overthinking too much. You know, you were overthinking too much of how everything is going and why something is happening. You were analyzing the spiritual journey. You were over-analyzing it. You were like, you were using your logical brain to explain it to you, itself to you, and just make sense of it and feel better about it. But it was never logical. It was always intuitive. It was always emotional, spiritual. Doesn't make sense. It just is. And you've accepted what is. You've accepted the highs and the lows, the purging and the rest. You've accepted the stages because you understand the stages now. You're in the part of the learning process where you understand the process. Woo! You understand the process, so you don't freak out when something happens or doesn't happen or doesn't appear or doesn't, you know what I mean? It's like you see something and you're like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Oh yeah, I'm not worried. Oh yeah, maybe this is, you're not overthinking anymore because you understand the underlying structure of it. And when you understand the underlying process of it, you're not worried. What should you worry about? You understand it now. You understand it with your brain, even though you didn't have to understand it with your brain. You're human, so it's normal to want to understand it with your brain. But now you understand with your brain, with your intuition, with your heart, with all of you understands this journey that you're on, and it's magnificent. You feel comfortable in the flow of the river and where you're going and where you've been and where you are currently. And you don't want to rush it anymore. You don't want to go back or forth or left or right. You're not resisting anymore. There's no resistance anymore. Oh, I'm so happy for you. This is incredible. This is incredible. What did I just say? Acceptance. What did I just say? You have fully accepted this journey as it is. Not as you want it to be, but as it is. And yeah, it's not always easy or pleasant, but you accept it. You're like, okay, whatever you want, Spirit, whatever is good for me. I don't know the big picture, but you do, so I trust you. I trust you. You trust. You surrender. You let go. And now you are floating. You are floating. Congratulations, my friend. You have come so far. This has been the goal all along. And now you can enjoy. You can finally enjoy instead of freaking out about stuff. So please enjoy your journey. Rest. And yeah, let me know if it resonates. Like, subscribe, follow, all those things, and I'll see you soon. You master magician, you. Bye.